Welcome to the channel. This is part 3 of opening up Wild of the Eldraine. We got a case of 6 booster boxes if you're just joining us. This is part 3. We've already opened up 2 boxes. Those are the values of the first 2. Second box is a little disappointing, but I still think we'll be able to make a tiny bit off of it. My wife suggested I use one of my mini play mats, which I've been told I have too many of, as a prop. So they will be a rotating permanent feature on any MTG videos, because like I said, I probably have way too many of them. And also I think we're going to have Sir Ginger up there in the corner be a permanent member of the staff because he's so adorable. Once again, I'm going to try and open this up as nicely as possible. Hopefully I can get it better than the last one. Oh, I did. Perfect. And we got another Sir Ginger friend here. So, let's get started on this. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It also occurred to me I should probably double check some of these cases to make sure that there are 30 packs in there. Just because people be doing shady stuff nowadays. It looks like we're good though in that department. 34. The place I got these off of was eBay, and the dude had like 100,000 feedback. It was Flipside Gaming, so I doubt that he would risk that business by just trying to skim a few packs. And we have all 30 here. So we're going to get started. I also spent the whole evening watching videos on how to maximize the value out of some of these commons and uncommons to try to bring that value up. Like I said in the previous videos, this is a new Magic store and gaming streaming channel, which the stream will be added on after we get the store up and running. Right now we're just focusing on the Magic part of it, just to try and get funds coming in to fund the channel. We got a messenger and nothing else cool. I'm probably not going to be getting off the hook with making my wife a cat deck. She loves cats. I was not a cat person until we got, well, we didn't get a cat. She had a cat when I met her. And then apparently I am a cat person now as well. Ooh. And apparently I am a were-rabbit person as well. That art is really cool. Pollen shield hair. Oh, we got three rares in this pack. Nice. That was a nice little pack. My plan is to put a floor on the price to try and hopefully snag people that maybe want to not necessarily pay, gumdrop. They don't want to pay the 10 cents or whatever for that common, but to get their shipping total up, they throw a couple cards in the cart. You know, they buy like a $2 rare or whatever, and then they just get a couple of, pay a little bit extra to avoid that shipping. So I guess that's a common trick people do to squeeze a little bit more value out of these cards. And that's what I plan on doing with our shop. I'm also redid the storage system that I haven't really worked on that much yet. Because I haven't even picked up, I don't know what they're called. I call them pizza boxes because they look like white pizza boxes with all the rows so you put a ton of cards in. But I was planning on sleeving in a penny sleeve all the rares, and then the stuff that's more valuable is going to get put in that penny sleeve is going to be placed in a semi-rigid once I look up that value of that card. Looks like we've got a few that I know are for sure on the bulk list, but that'll still feed into the same deal as a common and uncommon, is that we'll just put a floor price a little bit more than what that rare is actually worth to try and snake a few sales from people trying to keep their shipping total down. That's cool looking druid. Yep. So getting, even though they're not valuable, getting a few rares per pack is going to help out a little bit in that regard. Oh, I do like the artwork on this. Got another Italian. Yeah, that one might be worth something. We'll see. Probably not. I mean, but they're cool to look at anyway. These videos are also from for anyone who buys anything off me on TCG or eBay. You know, obviously there'll be a link, and then before too long, I'm going to get up a logo for this store and have like a little thank you card printed up that links both this YouTube channel and maybe a website, so that people can say, hey, that card's brand spanking new. That guy didn't even touch it with his bare hands and slipped it right in a penny sleeve. And then it went right in my binder. So, you know, there's something to be said about that, I suppose. That, you know, when I say near mint, like, that's what that's going to mean. I'm hoping after this case that I end up with all the lithographs from the series. I don't think that's going to happen, but I would love to have the full set of them. I might end up buying some of them just to complete it after I'm done, because I do really, really love the art style in these. I'll probably sell some of the duplicates. I'm just trying to get a whole collection of them. Utopia Sproul, Dragon Mantle. Oh, I love that little mouse guy. Cheeky mouse. Yep. Cool. How am I swear I know that card. Trying to just go through these, not look at all of them, but some of them is you know, a little bit of nostalgia that even though the art's different, I'm like, I remember playing with that when I did play back in the day. Land tax, that's definitely one that I remember. I think it had a guy had his hand out, was getting a bag of coins. Don't remember what set it was, but I feel like that was an old white card from many years. Prismatic Omen. I'm unfortunately going to have to sit on a lot of these bulk commons and uncommons for a while, because at least a few weeks, I think, because I don't think that they let you up your selling limit on TCG Player for some time, and I think that's where I'm going to focus on for the start of the store until I can build out the website and do other platforms. Like I said, though, it would be nice to have a website and have people know the name so that I can maybe one day cut out TCG Player and eBay, etc., because they do take fees. I mean, they do provide a valuable service, but if you can get enough traffic and product, both sealed, which I plan on selling everything. Dang. That's a cool art card. I might even just keep that. I do plan on selling everything, sealed product, singles for multiple games eventually, but I have to focus on one and really like get that down pat. I'm fleshing out the plan for what I want to do with the store. It's probably going to be almost exclusively online just because I am in a very rural area, but I do have to travel. There is an opportunity to open up a game store / collectible store in my area, because there really isn't anything for young people to do, but that takes a lot of money to get a physical location. So for the start, we're going to start online and see where that takes us. and we're going to add in streaming, hopefully within the next couple months. I don't even have a computer desk because we had to move. We found out my grandma's old house that we're living in had a foundation problem. So while we were planning on fixing it up, it was just going to be way too much money, so we had to move, and that unfortunately really cut into the available funds to pursue starting an online business, which my wife was going to do a crafting thing, and I was going to do this. But like I said, that had a big bucket of cold water thrown on it, and we also have 3 kids, all of which is wonderful, but you know, that kind of gets in the way of things sometimes. Decadent Dragon. Create a treasure token. Cool. I haven't seen anything. I mean, that's not really saying much because I ripped a $54 card and I didn't know what it was worth in the first box. I don't really see anything that makes my jaw drop as something I'm like, damn, that's probably for sure expensive. Oops, I just realized I was making this stupid desk twitch. It's going to sound terrible. Meant to fix that. Impression. I think that these lands will probably sell. I don't think they're worth a lot from what I've looked at so far, but I think I got like a couple of those. I really want to make a fair EDH deck. I think that'd be fun. I feel like with people playing Commander and a bunch of casual decks, that even some of these less expensive lands that aren't like the dual lands and the shock lands, I still think there's like probably a pretty decent demand for those. That I would be very surprised if a 2-drop mythic is not. I would be willing to bet that that card is worth some money, and if it's not, I kind of want to make a Commander deck out of it. I think it looks really cool. There's a couple of these I'll probably snag if they're under $1, because that probably won't dig in too much into this to put in my personal binder, but anything under $1, I might give myself like $5 or something just to build up my collection, because it's also gonna, like I said, have some paper streaming one day and deck building. So maybe we'll have like a community deck if I get enough followers that we can work on together. That might be fun. So it'll still stay with the ecosystem. Season of growth. Also trying to fly through these a little faster just because I really don't want to make 20-minute videos. I mean, it's a lot easier after I've opened up 2 boxes. I'm a lot less interested in looking at all the new shiny things I've never seen before. That's another one that's probably worth some money without looking it up. Last pack. Another one of those lands that I'm sure probably is worth something. So let's do a quick recap. Let's pull aside. I haven't sorted these common uncommons because I'm probably not going to be able to list them for months because of selling limits on websites. So we're going to focus on nothing but the rares and the mythic rares right now. I will eventually sell everything though, even if it's just the buy lists. But I do think putting up a floor price on commons and uncommons will still get you some decent sales. And also putting the floor price on the rares, because I think that people they'll come get a card from me and then they'll slap that extra one in the cart, because it wasn't something I thought about doing, but when a guy mentioned it on his YouTube channel, I think it was RNG Games, not that he needs the plugs, but he suggested that, and I was like, I got to thinking about it, and I was like, well, now that you mention it, I do that all the time. When I used to play a lot, and I would get card shipments every week. It was probably a problem, but I was a single dude, and then I got married and quit. But I would still probably get at least a little bit of money in cards a week right now, this time period. So I know, like, in my own life, I was doing that all the time. And after I heard him suggest that, I was like, that's a really good idea and a sneaky way to probably get, I would say, an extra 10, 20 bucks of value out of a booster box. Easy. That you could just tack those on there. Unfortunately, you'd have to have your own website or a huge seller limit to do that, because, obviously there's 15 cards in a pack, 1 to 3 rares. And that's going to take a lot to list. That's hundreds of cards. And while I would do it, I'm going to have to wait. But that's fine, because I'm not expecting to do much of anything with this for a while. It takes a while to build a business, and even if it doesn't do anything except finance my ability to play Magic, that's fine too. Because it's my hobby, so if I can turn my hobby into a job one day, that would be amazing. That's, I guess, what everybody in life strives for. I have a pretty decent job because we own a family business, but it's I don't know. I've been in the family business since I was 12, so it's kind of getting a little on the stale side. And I want to kind of do some things to mix up my life a little bit. And, we kind of have the company where it's not quite on autopilot, but it's a lot smoother to run it. So I figured it was a good time to try and branch off and start something new. And probably makes me crazy, but oh well. I've got a few of those rest in peace. I don't remember if that's like a modern or like an EDH, probably EDH staple. I know I used to play with it, and I really want to say standard, and I think it came out in Theros without looking it up. But I do remember playing that card a few times for some reason. Quite a few times, because I played probably 80 or 90% green and white cards. We're going to have to fix this desk because that's stupid. Oops, oh, some of these are upside down. That's fine. They're going to go right in penny sleeves. So it's pack to penny sleeve, and then I'm pricing them out, and they're going to get categorized as bulk or something that's sellable for a little bit of money. My little bit of money was probably, I want to say $2 or more a card. And then that's going to go in a separate situation. I mean, obviously, the more cards I get, the higher the floors will be, and then It's like, oh, well, I only put $5 in a binder or $10 in a binder, and the rest are in a penny sleeve and a white box. And I'm sure that's how everybody starts. They just have to start a system. I am going to start my system the way TCG Player does their buy lists. So we're going to go ahead and alphabetize, or we're going to arrange things by set, which I only have one set so far because I just started. But then we're going to alphabetize it, and then obviously you would want to have that as a subcategory of near mint and then lightly played type thing. So I don't have the money or the idea of where to get collections, but I will try to be sourcing some of those older collections as soon as I can. That does it for this pile. We'll be pricing those out, and then I'll have that update and go on to this next one. And then we'll do a store recap after we've opened up all those and what we're working on with the channel. So have a good day. Remember, be kind.